Guys, Fortnite is dying. Okay, not really. Just the Battle Royale genre playtime has gone down 27% since last year, with Fortnite and Apex Legends seeing their biggest declines. And I already know I'm gonna see all like these clickbait YouTubers do Fortnite is dying, Fortnite is dead type videos coming out. But this is a very big topic, which I wanted to give my personal opinion on and my overall thoughts on this news. So apparently the overall Battle Royale genre is dropping, and that's not really surprising. It's been dropping ever since like, I don't know, like 2021 or something like that. It's definitely not where it was back in like 2018 when the genre was popping. Like that was like the biggest thing on the street was Battle Royales. And now, according to Newzoo, I don't know who they are. Apparently they did like some big survey or something. They've been looking at the numbers. They said gamers are now spending more time on sandbox games like Minecraft and Roblox. Now I'm actually like not even surprised, because those games are games that are going to last a lifetime. Minecraft and Roblox, they're never gonna die. These big sandbox games where no matter what is popping, what is dying off, what's going on, you always go back to games like that where you could just hop on, chill, you know, have a nice like 2 hours playthrough and relax, right? But they also say here Roblox, which is pretty crazy to me, because Fortnite has been trying to get away with being Roblox and they just can't do it. That's because they thought UEFN was gonna be this big, like, people are going to make these huge expansion experiences with boss fights, and there's going to be like a million Minecraft clones out there, and it just didn't happen. All the maps on the front page are these red versus blue, brain rot, steal the brain rot, 6-7 type, like mentally deranged type maps, and they're getting paid like millions of dollars to make these maps. They're literally paying them so much money for them to make these maps, so much that they have to make V-Bucks more expensive, and that's a very big drama going around. By the way, if you go on like any post that Fortnite has made on Twitter, all the replies are address me in the elephant in the room with the V-Bucks, revert the V-Bucks, release the V-Buck files, and which they should, because I don't know why they did that, right? And well, we know why. It's just because they're paying, they say they have all these bills and their bills are expensive, multi-billion-dollar company, but they're paying UEFN creators millions of dollars to pump out these garbage maps, which are literally, I went into them, they're literally just like 3 prefabs where you throw them down in Creative 1.0, not even UEFN, and they're putting like 6-7 on the thumbnail. AI versus red versus blue, and they're getting like 1 million players. They're getting more players than Fortnite Battle Royale in itself, of all the most combined. And that's no wonder that it's dying. So yeah, gamers are spending more time on sandbox games like Minecraft and Roblox. I will say, when Fortnite came out with that Lego mode, right? Lego, like at first it was kind of popping and people thought we had like a new sandbox type of game on the market. And then it just died off. And I think the reason for that is just because there was obviously not a lot of updates for it. I know they stopped doing updates a lot. And second, like Lego, I think Fortnite would have been better off if they just made their own sandbox mode separate from Fortnite. Kind of had like its own game. Just if they wanted to be like Fortnite style, they should have just came out with its own game, like client that's just Fortnite sandbox or whatever, right? Fortcraft. But if they wanted it to be on the Fortnite launcher still, like in Fortnite, they shouldn't have done a Lego collaboration. I remember like years ago, it was in chapter 2 when it came out leaked that Fortnite was making their own sandbox type mode. And I was hyped because I thought a Fortnite sandbox mode like that in Fortnite style with all like the characters and stuff, that they could really pull off like a Minecraft type game. And this Lego thing wasn't really my style. I didn't really like Lego. Like if like the way they did it was cool, because obviously you're getting like people who love Lego and Fortnite combined. But I think they would have been better off they just made their own Fortnite style sandbox mode and just went like super hard at it. I think that would have got like hundreds, maybe millions of players, in my personal opinion. I'd definitely be playing that a lot, but it just didn't happen. And I think that's probably one of the biggest reasons why Lego kind of fell off a little bit. And another reason, like with sandbox games like Minecraft, where you can play offline, you don't need no internet connection, you don't need to get on and deal with like no battle pass in your face or cosmetics in your face. Like you could just literally start the game and play sandbox and hop into a game and hop into your world and not have to deal with anything, and then have like actual servers where you're not going through this like terrible Discover UI, and you're finding all these like brain rot maps to actually talk to people with, and these people in the games are like racist and they're like annoying. Like I go in there and they're doing emotes and it's just like 2-year-old kids, or like it's either like 2-year-old kids or it's like 40-year-old men, and they're in there just saying the N-word and stuff, and they're just like being stupid and emoting with like the Kim Kardashian skin. Like if there was like a server browser, like how it's like in Minecraft, I think that'd be a lot better. Another genre people are playing instead of battle royales is extraction shooters. I know a lot of Fortnite creators have been playing games like Arc Raiders. That's because extraction shooters have another level on to like a battle royale. Extraction shooters are basically battle royales. It's just that there's no zone and you can actually like keep your loot, like you are meant to extract with your loot, and then there's like an in-game UI where you can see all your loot, how much money it's worth, the rarity of it, and then you could drop into the next game with your loot. You could sell it in like a UI shop, and I think that just puts another whole layer on to like the battle royale, right? But with battle royale, it definitely can get boring at times, I will say that. Like just hopping in, killing, dying, winning, do it again, do it again, do it again, do it again, over and over and over. It definitely can get boring. That's why the playtime has gone down, and that's why more people are playing extraction shooters. You see like Nick 830, Ninja, all these people. I seen like Typical Gamer was playing it too. They Cypher, I think, maybe, I don't know. They're getting off Fortnite and they're playing Arc Raiders, which is actually kind of crazy to me. That the extraction, so that's why I've been advocating for Fortnite to make their own extraction shooter genre, just to test it out, because it's obviously the pimping of this. It's obviously popping. The extraction shooter genre is what's popping this year. Look at the numbers. Let's see. Arc Raiders right now has 155,000 players just on Steam. We don't know Xbox or PlayStation or anything like that. There's other games like Marathon that just came out. That was a pretty big launch. Ninja was playing that too. And I'm just naming like creators because they're Fortnite creators. That's what they're known for. And I think it's time for Fortnite to make their own and make their own game mode on it, me personally. I think they need to make more modes like that, where whether it's sandbox, whether it's extraction, more modes that like, it's less just dropping into a game and winning or losing and that's it. There needs to be some other layer to that, whether it's, like I said, extraction, you're actually saving your loot, and there's like how much your loot's worth and all that. Or sandbox, where you could just hop into a game. You don't have to worry about no battle pass, V-Buck in your face or nothing like that. You could play offline, hop into a world, play in other people's worlds, and it's not like this cringe creative map situation where it's like weird rules and all that. It's just like somebody else's world, like a Minecraft server, like an SMP, a survival multiplayer experience where it's just you're surviving. You could just join someone else's server on Fortnite. I think that'd be amazing. Just join someone else's world. And I don't think for Lego, there's anything really like that. You have to have somebody's like join code or something, and they have to be like actively playing the world. There's no like servers where like there's like a Lego world online that you could just join anytime, like an SMP Minecraft server. I want it to be like just like a regular Fortnite type sandbox game in Fortnite style. I think that'd be absolutely amazing. How could Fortnite save Battle Royale, right? Let's say Battle Royale goes nowhere, which it won't. Like it's like, even besides this study, Battle Royale is it's not gonna fully die, right? It's not dead. I think it's gonna go up and down over the years as like things happen in the real world. We saw when like COVID happened, Battle Royale was kind of dying before, but when it happened, when it hit, everyone was in pandemic, Battle Royale just skyrocketed, and everybody was playing like Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2. People were playing OG Warzone. People were playing that, and that was after like Battle Royale got big. Like Battle Royale got big in like 2018 and 2017 with PUBG, with PUBG too. So there needs to be something in like the real world to make Battle Royale genre kind of go up too. Depends on that as well. I do want to go over a little bit of statistics. Fortnite has 29% less playtime. I don't know if that is for Battle Royale or that's just like in general, because like how do you do that? I don't know how this person Nuzu came up with that playtime percentage. Like, how do you do that? Apex Legends, 24% less playtime. Who plays Apex anymore? Call of Duty, 33% less playtime. They just came out with a new mode for that game. And PUBG has 2% more playtime. I mean, PUBG is just like a dead game, so I don't know. I mean, 2% more, that's cool. I mean, I think people are just rediscovering that game. It's not even nothing to do with Battle Royale. So if we take this at face value and we take it for truth, and they're not just have some skewed statistics here, how could Fortnite keep doing Battle Royale, and how could they up those numbers? How could they up that playtime? I made some examples in the past that the first example was in the real world, how big Fortnite got during the COVID pandemic. Fortnite needs to do something where it needs to get everybody to come back. And they do this like every like a couple years, something big comes out in the game where it just takes over social media and everybody's playing, everybody's talking about it in the real world. And I'll give you some examples. First thing was zero builds. When zero builds came out, everybody came back to Fortnite because you're telling me Fortnite has a no building mode where the game is literally called Fortnite, where you're meant to build, and now you can't build? When zero builds first launched, it was crazy. Like everybody was playing it, and it felt like an entirely different game than what we've been used to over the years. The second thing was when Fortnite OG came out. Talk about the 2023 version. That was pretty insane. That's probably like the biggest Fortnite comeback ever. I think they said it had like 44.7 million players playing or coming back or whatever. And that was insane. And they had like 100 million plus hours of playtime or something. That was pretty huge. Everybody was playing Fortnite then. So the Battle Royale genre is not dead. They can do things to get players to come back, but they have to think out the box now, because you can't just keep doing OG over and over again. I can't really think of another mode they could do like zero builds that would really take over. They try to do like all these other modes like Fall Guys and Festival and stuff, and that got big, but like not as big as zero builds and OG was. And that wasn't even for Battle Royale. That was just other modes in Fortnite. So what could they do for Battle Royale specifically? I think they need to start changing things that we've gotten used to over the years in Fortnite and just revolutionize it. We've already seen, we were used to building over the years, and we have zero builds and it exploded. So I've already gave some examples in the past. I made a whole video on it too, so you guys should watch it. An example there was, how about a new chapter where we're not just playing on a basic island surrounded by water? Imagine if Fortnite did a map, chapter 8, we go to the ice moon, we go to space or something, and the entire map has low grav, maybe except like the POI areas have no low grav. I think something like that would be honestly crazy and sick, and people would see, like the general population, be like, oh my god, there's a Fortnite map on the moon? You're telling me there's no more island anymore? People would go into the game and they'd be hyped. I think people are sick of every chapter just being a new loot pool, a battle pass, another island with water, and it's just regular houses and POIs. I think people are sick of that. We've been through 8 chapters of it already, or 7 chapters of it already. We need something different. So that's just an example. A map on the moon. And I made some other ones, maybe like a map in the sky where you can fall off the map or something like that, fly around. I don't know. I gave a whole bunch of examples in that video. But there needs to be something different overall, and I think that will make many players come back to Battle Royale. And they're also doing some more ones. There is a leaked gulag system in Fortnite, which I hope comes out for Season 2 or for like Season 3 or something. Maybe it'll come back out for Chapter 8, but basically, when you die, you have a chance of fighting back your life. So either 1v1 someone, I know there was leaked like rock, paper, scissors, or they could do something like parkour as well. Whoever gets to the finish line gets to, redeploy or respawn. The other person just dies. This gulag system is pretty cool because we've never seen that in Fortnite. That's in games like Warzone, but in Fortnite, I think that'd be pretty cool, and I think that'd be pretty big as well. And that's revolutionary. That changes what we've known. In Fortnite, you've always just died. And then they came out with rebooting, where now you can actually reboot your teammates. That's pretty cool. And now when you die, you have actually a chance to fight back for life. That's a big thing. They need to change things. And I know this chapter, they changed it by... And they've already been experimenting doing that, by the way. It's not a new thing. This chapter, they got rid of the battle bus for like a week, and they had that surfing mechanic. Now, sure, like majority of people probably hated it. I don't really like it all that much, but it was something different. And you notice how everybody was talking about it online. Everybody was coming back to the game. They're like, they got rid of the battle bus? No way, there's no more battle bus in Fortnite. Fortnite has a battle bus. What do you mean? It's gone. And now that's how you get people talking about it and coming back. So just think about it. What could they change? And let me know down in the comments below. Give me your ideas, because I read comments all the time, and I really want to know what you guys think about this. What could they change that we've been used to over the years that has never gotten changed? Like a staple of the game, a mechanic. What could they change that would really excite people to come back? Maybe something like proximity chat. I know people don't really like it. I think having proc chat in regular Fortnite BR would definitely boost the game, because the amount of clips I would see on Twitter if Fortnite had proc chat in the regular game. I know Delulu was a thing. It was just a side mode. The game mode, how it kind of worked, was stupid, but there was a lot of clips about it. But if it was in the regular Battle Royale playtest, it was always on, I think that would create a lot of clips. And that's why Arc Raiders is getting so big, because of these funny clips. You have people like the Burnt Peanut playing the game and just like laughing at other people. There's like a social aspect to it, which I think that's what Fortnite's missing. They're trying to be so social with this UEFN stuff, but like in Battle Royale, there's really no social. There's no really talking to anybody. If Fortnite had proc chat in Battle Royale, that would be huge. There'd be so many clips. People would come back to the game, because I know like streamers have been complaining about it. Well, the poor streamers, but they've been saying like, every game is just spawn in, loot, die, or win, and then keep doing that over and over for 8 hours. And if there was actual proc chat where you could talk to people, the amount of funny clips there would be, and you would actually want to keep hopping in, because every game would be playing differently at that point. You wouldn't be able to get used to proc chat. You can't get used to it, because every person has their own personality and everybody's different, and the amount of funny moments just like betraying people is always cool. I don't know how they would do that, because like there'd be issues of people teaming and stuff like that. And at games like extract shooters, that's why I want extract shooter in Fortnite. You're able to team and actually, you know, stick with people and stuff like that. But I think they should do proc chat in BR modes. Just have the setting where you can turn it off, because I know Delulu, you could not turn it off. You had to have it on. I put a post out, and most people said it's fine as long as there is a setting and you just go in your voice chat settings and you're able to turn it off. I think most people are fine with having proc chat in the game, right? Let me know down in the comments below about that one. Those are just like 3 examples right there. The map no longer being an island set somewhere else in a different space. What they did in chapter 4 with that, even though it was just visual, the fact that the island looked like it was in space was pretty cool. Once again, I think they should take the next step where, like, if you're having a map in the space, you got to have low grav, and like maybe the POIs have no low grav or something, or maybe like have a map where there's actually like weather and not like fake chapter 3 weather where it's just like these clouds kind of going around the map. I talk about like map large, where the entire map is like storming, and not like the regular storm, but it's like just showering. I know they just came out with Arc Raiders an update where the entire map is raining, and there's like actual wind pushing you and draining your shield, something like that, where it's like constant effects that actually affect gameplay and not just visual. I think that would be pretty cool. Tornadoes were cool. They should bring those back as well. But yeah, different map set somewhere else, worldwide, map wide, visual stuff like rain and would be cool. That actually affects gameplay. Proc chat would be pretty revolutionary in the regular staple modes. Rest in peace to Lulu. Also, I didn't mention this. I think maybe having bigger maps, like double the size of the maps, up the player counts too, get rid of those goddamn bots, have like 150 to 200 size player counts. That would be pretty hype. Then it would be like an all-out war at that point. Oh my god, that'd be pretty huge. Extraction shooter, game mode, or whatever would be pretty big. Fortnite's own actual sandbox that isn't Lego would be pretty cool. But yeah, there's so much stuff they could do to keep players playing the game, not Battle Royale wise, but for Battle Royale, I just named like 3 things right there. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think about this? And well, that's it, man. I'll see you guys in the next one.